Guess what? There are festivals coming up, and you need to do a freaking festival look because you've never done one. I was like sitting there and trying to come up with a fun idea, and I was like, okay, I definitely want colors and glitter, and I couldn't decide on the colors, so I was like, you know what, well, fuck it. I'm gonna put all the colors in it. So I put a damn rainbow on my face, and here it is. I had a lot of fun creating it, actually. It was an absolute blast. So if you guys like this tutorial and you enjoy seeing some festival looks, I would love to do more, but only if you want to see them. Yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this tutorial. I know you guys don't have all day, and neither do I, so let's do it!
And we're starting this tutorial off with a pimple because I'm on my period, yes. Now I'm applying my Aeroclay moisturizer all over my face. My face is completely washed and ready to go, so I'm just putting this all over and onto my eyelids as well. Now I'm using my favorite face primer. This is Smashbox's Photo Finish Color Correcting Primer. This is for people with a red hue to their skin. It is green to color correct that. Now I'm using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard to cover up any pimples that I have. Like I said, it's that time of the month right now, so I'm being quite generous with this concealer and covering any pores that I don't want to show either. Now I'm gonna be blending that out with my Moist Beauty Blender. I have pre-wet this, so it is ready to go, and I'm just gonna be blotting this into my skin until it's evenly dispersed and blended in. Now I'm going in with a larger beauty blender that's already been moistened as well with my Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. This is my absolute favorite foundation. I've just come across this and I'm so in love with it. I use this stuff every single day, and this is their most popular shade in, let's see, this is medium 54. And I'm making sure to blend this foundation all the way down, around, and up on my ears, just so that there are no harsh lines and it doesn't look like I'm wearing an orange mask. Yeah. To do a bit of highlighting around my eyes, under my eyes, my brow bone, and elsewhere, I'm using NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Chantilly. I think this is their lightest shade, actually. So this is one of my favorite concealers. I love to use this for highlighting as well. Now I'm taking my super cheap $7 Coastal Scents palette from Amazon, which is cruelty-free, winning, and I'm going to contour my face a bit here with some different shades from the palette. If you want to see exactly how I do my contouring, I am putting up a video either this week or next. I've already filmed it, and I know you guys have been asking for that for a while, so I finally got around to it, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys. Now I'm going in and setting any areas that might crease or, you know, just kind of lose a bit of the foundation, and we don't want that. So I'm using my Silky Cotton Loose Powder by Dave, I think that's how you pronounce it. This is a new product that I've got, but I am absolutely loving this. And then I'm also using my new brush. This is from Ofra. It is their professional makeup brush number 20. This is a super versatile brush, and I have found many, many uses for it, and this is just one of them. Now I'm applying this setting powder all over my face, but I'm avoiding the areas where I've contoured because I don't want to lighten that up at all. But if you've gone a little heavy with the contouring, this is a great way to lighten it up. And I'm using my MAC 107 brush. And I almost forgot, I'm applying my Aeroclay Ever Moist Lip Balm. Just brushing my eyebrows out here before I go ahead and start applying the color to them. For my eyebrows today, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Electric Palette, which is my favorite. As you know, I'm going in with my angle brush, and I'm using the color Thrash. This is pretty much like a really light lime green color, and I'm going to be using this in the whole front of my brow, and halfway through the brow and the tail, I'm going to be going in with the color Fringe. It's more of like a teal color. I absolutely love this combination, and this is what I thought would look really great with this look. Also, if you have really thick, dark brows and you want to do some fun, colorful brows like this, I do have a tutorial up on how to cover those. I used my fiance as my guinea pig, and he has very, very bushy caterpillar eyebrows, so I'm pretty sure that I can help you cover these and get them as colorful as you'd like. And I'm basically just carving these out on the bottom, and if you got a little crazy on the top, you can also carve them out there as well. Yikes, glad we finished that. That was a lot of work. Now I'm going in with my Urban Decay Free Love eyeshadow. This is a really nice kind of like iridescent salmon pink kind of color. I absolutely love this. So I'm just kind of going for like a more natural look since we're doing such a crazy rainbow across my face. So I'm just blending this in with my MAC 286 blending brush, and I'm just kind of getting this all over the crease and blending it upward until it's totally blended out. And sometimes giving yourself a little mini facelift and pulling it out like this really helps you blend it outwards without getting it in the creases. And I find that it just gives me a really nice shape when I pull my face like this for some reason. Don't ask. I have no idea what I was rocking out to here, but obviously it was pretty good. Now I'm taking Urban Decay's Buck and a MAC 217 brush that's pretty much as old as a freaking dinosaur. I really need to replace this, but not with the MAC one. So if anyone has one that's comparable, please let me know. I'm basically applying this brown color right in my crease, and I'm not blending it upwards. As you can see, I'm kind of just keeping it in the outer crease there to add a little bit more depth to the eyeshadow, but still keeping it like pretty natural. This is an awesome Walmart find. I'm using the lighter color in the eyeshadow duo called Peace by Hard Candy. This brand is cruelty-free and they are available at Walmart, so yeah, that rocks. I'm applying this on the inner corner of my eye just to open up the eye and give it a little bit of shimmer, although still keeping it pretty natural looking. I'm also gonna be applying this all over my eyelid. With that same color and a random flat brush, I am just highlighting underneath my brow. I love this freaking color. It's like so shimmery and just like, I don't know, magical. So I'm adding a little bit of magic to my brow bone here on both sides. I'm gonna be extending this outwards too, past the end of my brow tail. My inner corners weren't quite shimmery enough for me, so I'm going in with the lightest color from the 3 Times the Charm little palette and adding a bit more shimmer. This is a deeper brown color by Urban Decay called Secret Service. I'm taking this little tiny Mary Kay angled brush and applying this on my lower lash line, keeping it kind of thicker towards the outside and then fading it out as I bring it inwards. Yes, and I love this stuff. I'm taking Kat Von D's Tattoo Liner and giving myself a nice and defined winged liner, quite thicker on the outer edges and then really, really thinning it out as I go towards the inner corner of my eye. The only issue I do have with this liner is that it is a little bit shiny when it dries, and I'm typically not really a huge fan of shiny black liner. I just think it looks kind of cheap for some reason. So if you are needing one that is not quite shiny, I know that NYX has a really good black gel liner in a pot. Now I'm adding some little vertical lines on my lower lash line to make it look like very long lashes. And I'm going in with the Big Look Mascara by Pur. I have no idea how the heck to say it, so someone help a sister out. I'm doing some mascara on the top lashes, and then I'm going to be adding some fake lashes, so I'm not really trying to build that up too much. But I am going tarantula leg style on the bottom. I really want my lashes to look very long, and I find with this mascara, I can really do lots of coats and it doesn't really ever look too clumpy. So I'm absolutely loving this mascara. I totally suggest you go out and get it. It is vegan and cruelty-free. Vegan I'll have to check on. I know it's definitely cruelty-free. You feel like you're looking real good, then you realize your hair looks like crap. Never mind. I'm lining my inner rim with the White Feathered Liner by Obsessive Compulsive. I absolutely love lining the inner rim with a white liner when I'm doing a more natural look. It just really opens up the eyes and makes them look big and beautiful and, yeah, sexual. Loving it. Now make way for the oldest freaking blush in my makeup collection. This is from Smashbox and it's called Blush Rush and the shade is Charm. I'm just using a little angled bronzer brush to apply this in the hollows of my cheeks. And for a little bit of highlighting without too much shimmer, not the brown color, I'm using the Aglow Soft Lights Quad by Smashbox. This is also older than dirt. I don't even know if they offer this anymore, but if they do, it is a great little highlighter thing, mabob. I'm using the IB 105 Tapered Blending Brush from Crown Brushes. Now getting to the fun part, I'm putting tape on my hands and pulling it off just so that it's not extremely sticky. I'm gonna pull off my foundation too much here, but I am basically outlining where I want the shapes on my face. So this ensures that I get a really, really sharp line. So I'm just kind of placing this on my face and kind of making sure that it's even on both sides and really, really making sure that it is on my freaking face because we don't want any eyeshadow to seep underneath because then we wouldn't have a straight line. Now we'll do. For this full rainbow, I'm gonna be using the Electric palette by Urban Decay as well as a Sun Yellow by Ben Nye and this red color by Crayolan. I am using a white gel liner to apply right above where the tape ends so that I have a really, really nice base for my bright colors to go onto, and so they are as bright as I'd like them to be. You can make this line as thick or as thin as you want. I just kind of made it as thick as I thought would look good, but you can go thinner or thicker, it doesn't really matter, it's up to your preference. On the spot, I decided to get a little weird with this white, and I am basically just drawing a vertical line down the middle of my bottom lip down to the bottom of my chin. And then I thought it wasn't going to be complete if I didn't add it on the top as well. And with the first color of the rainbow, we have red. I'm using my Kryolan red, and I am just patting this on here. I'm using an Ofra Professional Makeup brush number 11. And I kind of just made this as large as I wanted it. I kind of planned out the colors there to make sure that I had enough space, but I'm just applying this where I have the white base. Now I'm going in with the orange from my Urban Decay electric palette. This is called Slow Burn, and I'm just applying this pretty much the same size as the other red line that I did there. So I'm applying this on both sides, measuring it once again. Now I'm applying Sun Yellow by Ben Nye. This has a little bit of a iridescence to it, so if you wanted more of a matte one, I wouldn't suggest using this one. But also, I'm using the same brush throughout this entire thing. I've just been wiping it off as I go, so make sure you really, really get all of the color out, or you're gonna have to use some makeup remover, and that's gonna be super frustrating. Moving on to green, I am using a combination of two greens in the electric palette. I'm using Freak and Thrash and kind of just going back and forth and marrying the two together to create this sweet orange color you see right here. Wanted a really bright blue for this, so I decided to use the blue from the electric palette called Gonzo rather than the other one that's in that palette. I just wanted something super bright and poppy, so this is what I decided to go with. Continue to check too to make sure that both sides are as symmetrical as humanly possible. I know you can't get it perfect, but just make sure you're checking it so you have less cleanup later to do. Oh my gosh, and last but not least, my favorite freaking color, we've got Urban from the electric palette from Urban Decay. This is an awesome purple color. I'm sure you guys have seen it because I use it in my brows pretty much all the time. I'm obsessed with it. So I was really stoked this ended up right in the middle of my face. Take a good look over your entire face and make sure all of the colors are as pigmented as you'd like and that there aren't any blank areas between where the colors meet up. And if there is, make sure and fill those in. Now I'm taking a little bit of the pigment on the brush and I'm holding it in this like strange way and kind of brushing it upwards to start the process of blending these all out perfectly. As I go from color to color doing the same exact thing, I am wiping off my brush to make sure that I'm not gonna be blending the colors too much together or putting orange on the yellow, so on and so forth. Now I'm taking a Makeup Geek soft dome brush and lightly stippling the colors together, and I'm switching back and forth between a couple brushes here. You may wanna do the same depending on what brushes you have available, but I will also do kind of the same thing that I do with my eyebrows where I'll take a little bit of the orange there and stipple it into the yellow and then take a little bit of the yellow and stipple it back into the orange to really make sure they're blended out very nicely and seamlessly. Now I'm taking this no-name fluffy blending brush and just really blending out the very, very top of the colors. Right where the pigment's ending, I'm just kind of going back and forth in windshield wiper motion and just really ensuring that it's totally blended up into my natural skin tone. And the moment we've all been waiting for like a freaking hour, pulling off the tape. Yes! So it looks like I got the tape on there pretty damn good because the lines are pretty straight. But what I'm gonna go in and do after this is go in with a concealer brush and my NARS concealer in my custard shade and just really make sure the edges are as crisp as I'd like them. So if you screw up or with the tape at all and it's not quite as straight as you need it, then you can go in and fix it up, so don't worry. Now I'm going in with a NYX Studio Liquid Liner in Extreme Purple. I basically dumped this out and now I'm using it with a brush, but it's not really working very well, so I kind of rethought that whole thing. And I decided to use the smallest brush that I have and use the end of that and dip that into the liner that I dumped out and then continue the circles with that, and it actually works perfectly. So I'm finishing that up on the left side and then I'm gonna go over and fix the right. And of course, this wouldn't be complete without a little bit of purple glitter. Am I right or am I right? So I'm using Sleek's glitter eyeliner in purple and just placing this over the dots that I made just to give it a little extra pizzazz. Wearing any other type of glitter to a festival other than glitter that already has the glue in it is just a bad idea because it's not very wearable, and if you're gonna be at a festival all day out in the elements, it's just gonna get all over your face and become a tragic mess, and nobody wants tragic and glitter in the same sentence together. That's a very sad story. Time for lips. I decided to do a nude lip with this because once again, you want something super wearable for a festival, and a nude lip is just obviously nude. So once it starts wearing off, it's not super noticeable that you have worn off lipstick. So this was my favorite choice for this. I'm using the color Trick by Obsessive Compulsive. This is a really, really awesome nude color. Now I'm going in with Melted Sugar by Too Faced to complete the nude lip. This looks like a lip gloss, but it dries on as a lipstick, and I absolutely love this shade. Now I'm applying lashes. These are number 48s by Nigel's, and I'm cutting them because I do not want the corner of the lashes to be bugging me if I'm gonna be at a festival all day. And I decided to add a little bit of purple glitter right here above my Cupid's bow.
All right, guys, here is the finished festival look.